I kind of feel like in 2019, being a YouTuber is a job that puts a gigantic target on your back. Whether you are attempting to make a living on this platform, whether you are trying to just eat peacefully in a McDonald's while live streaming, somebody calls in and says that you're talking about slavery and tries to get you booted out. I think we live in a very weird time to be a YouTuber right now because it almost feels like the walls are closing in no matter what the situation, and that someone is always trying to find a way to get rid of you. And that's kind of what I see here with this Reuters article saying that YouTube stars pushing junk food to get kids to eat more unhealthy snacks. We've heard of this sort of thing before, right? Influencer marketing within YouTube and people pimping certain items for cash, like getting sponsored videos, and how unhealthy food, like through some kind of loot box, it's just, one of those little boxes, can be a particular problem, or how the influencer has the impact on the child. And I don't completely believe all of it, but I thought it'd be interesting to take a look here at what this particular article is talking about. Saying children who see young social media influencers promote junk food may consume more unhealthy calories, a new study suggests. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that we're not as susceptible to marketing. Like, I know when I was a kid, it was all, like, everything had a freaking morning cereal, everything had a candy bar, and I know I imbibed in it, clearly, right? But as an adult, I don't do that. I don't look at that anymore as being like that. I prefer like lean chicken and steamed vegetables. But I can understand as a kid wanting the bright, shiny object in the room. But I think also a large part of our eating habits come from our parents and how they teach us. Now, advertising aimed at kids has been long linked to an increased reach that children will make unhealthy food choices and press their parents to buy them more processed, sugary, and calorie-loaded foods. The studies also suggest that children can be easily swayed to try junk food endorsed by celebrities and cartoon characters. Less clear, however, is how their eating habits are impacted by social media influencers. So what they're saying here is that these kids can be influenced into trying it, right? Like they can be influenced into wanting to give it a shot, but they don't know whether or not this actually impacts their overall eating habits, leading to obesity and diabetes and things like that. Now, for the current study, researchers in the UK recruited 176 children ages 9 to 11 and showed them Instagram profiles of two of their age group's most popular YouTube video bloggers. The children were randomly assigned to view three types of Instagram profiles: healthy food marketing, junk food promotions, or endorsements unrelated to food. And all of those things can earn you a pretty decent paycheck if you know how to market it just right on either YouTube or Instagram. Now, after kids saw the Instagram profiles, researchers served 4 snacks: jelly candy, chocolate buttons, carrots, and seedless white grapes, and let the kids eat as much as they wanted for 10 minutes. None of the foods were the same items the kids saw on Instagram. On average, kids who saw junk food promotions consumed 448 calories compared to 389 calories for children who saw healthy food marketing and 357 for those who didn't see any food promotions. But I think also it boils down to like what the kid likes. You're offering them jelly candy, chocolate button, carrots, or seedless white grapes. Now, me personally, I'd completely like go after the seedless white grapes because I love those, and probably carrots as well because I do like carrots. But you're gonna sit there and bring a 9-year-old to 11-year-old into a room and go, "Hey guys, here's a buffet of free candy. Also some hearty, healthy snacks. You guys take a look at these images here, and then just eat what you want for 10 minutes." I think that's kind of a really lame study. I think you're asking a 9 to 11-year-old children, "Do you want chocolate?" That's like asking a junkie, "Hey, do you want this heroin?" They're gonna be like, "Yeah, I want the heroin, and I don't gotta suck the dick. Yeah, in my veins." That's the whole point. It's like it's such a terrible thing. While the kids ate much more candy than carrots or grapes, kids who saw junk food promotions consumed more sweets than the other children, an average of 385 calories compared to 320 calories for kids who saw healthy food marketing, and 292 calories for those who didn't see food promotions. It's possible that seeing the promotions did trigger it, but it also depends on the color schemes of the advertisements. And that's true. Red and yellow, you'll see that a lot with McDonald's and Burger King, and a lot of different restaurants will use red and yellow because those particular colors do trigger hunger. They trigger wanting to eat. And so if these kids are watching these advertisements with that in there, then I can see like that could be something. But it also depends on Were the kids fed that day? Did they all get the same meal that morning? How much of this was a controlled study? Was it bring the kids in without having any breakfast? You feed them all the same food. You show them all the same information. Then you break them up into 3 teams and you do that particular part of the study. That's what I'm curious about, because I feel like this is just trying to very much argue that influencers make kids fat and unhealthy. And that's not the case. I feel a fair amount of this has a lot to do with also, parents not properly teaching their children the 4 food groups and the proper, the table, the pyramid, the food pyramid, even though that's in and of itself can be argued in some facets, but still. Now it goes on to say here that children look to social media role models and are likely to imitate the behavior of media characters that they look up to and admire. It's coming from lead study author Anna Coates, saying, unlike adults, children are more impulsive and are less motivated to resist food marketing as they are not driven by long-term health goals. They're not driven by any long-term anything. A kid's whole life is, wake up, eat, play, go to school, take a shit, go to bed. That's their life. Maybe if they're lucky, you get a little bit of Fortnite action in there. But that's really about it. So yeah, they're not going to be looking at it in the moment. They're going to be attracted to what they know is sweets. And if they know that they have access to it for 10 whole minutes, you're giving them the ability to go and have the food. I don't know. I don't think this study's really worthwhile, because they're trying to attack YouTubers. That's the thing I don't like about this. I feel like it's a very, very, very heavy-handed study that's aimed at trying to, talk more crap about YouTubers, instead of putting the onus where it truly belongs, on the parents and what they feed their children and what they keep in the house. My girlfriend and I have talked about this. We want to keep sweets out of the house. It's that if it's not within your immediate grasp, out of sight, out of mind sort of thing for our kids. So we want to make that a reality. It's harder than it seems, absolutely, but it's definitely an obtainable goal, teaching proper eating habits, as well as exercise and nutrition and diet and hygiene and all those things. It's all part of being a parent. What this study tells me is that the parents have zero responsibility here. It's really the YouTuber's fault that they're trying to argue. And as a YouTuber, no, I don't buy that. I'm sorry. I don't buy that at all. Now, one of the YouTube stars that the kids were shown is a 26-year-old female with about 12.1 million subs. The other was a 23-year-old male with 4.1 million subs. There wasn't a meaningful difference in the total calories consumed or the amount of candy eaten by the kids who saw healthy food promotions or no marketing at all, researchers reported. So there's no meaningful difference in the total calories consumed or the amount of candy eaten by the kids who saw the healthy food or no marketing at all. So it's kind of a wash. But the kids who saw the junk food, they were just nom, 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 nom. Come on. Another drawback is that the experiment didn't look at how many kids actually engage with social media content. It says one limitation of the study is that many of the kids were already familiar with the 2 video bloggers featured in the experiment, and it's possible that their food choices were impacted by how much they liked or disliked these vloggers before they joined the study, which is, I guess, a valid metric. Another drawback is that the experiment didn't look at how kids may actually engage with social media content. It didn't assess how children might be influenced by content liked or shared by their friends in the real world. And again, that is more of a true metric in regards to judging the influence of something from your personal friends group and your family group, right? Studies have shown that the more something is thumbed up, right? Like if you like this video, the more it's thumbed up, then the more people view it as being trustworthy, the more people view it as being factual, being accurate. Whereas something that's shared on social media that has those thumbs up and lots of those shares and likes and comments indicates to the person that this is a trusted thing. And I would argue that is far more influential than just looking at an advert on Instagram for some junk food and then going, here's some free candy, kids. We're just going to look at how fat you get in the next 10 minutes. Judge how much people know in their personal life. That's how you do it. This other thing is just a way to attack YouTubers. Even so, the results of the fresh evidence of how social media can negatively impact kids' eating habits, says Jennifer Harris of the Rudd study. We already know that food companies spend a lot of money to popular social media influencers to appeal to teens and increase the cool factor of their products. Harris, who wasn't involved in the study, said, but this is the first study to show that this type of marketing increases children's consumption of any available junk food, not just the advertised products. And again, I don't fully believe that. I don't. I mean, maybe like, I think a lot of it too has to deal with, they did like 176 kids. Fine. There's a couple different control groups on that front. I get that. Fine. I think a lot of this, though, is parents and their eating habits that they teach to their children. I think that should be where it goes. I think trying to target social media influencers, specifically YouTubers, is a way to just create another moral panic over this, and a way to further impact the ability to earn money on this platform. I think people who want to, advertise a product that is valid and just is fine. And the thing is, they're advertising a product. They're being paid to do that, provided that they say that it's a sponsored ad. I think that meets the required guidelines there. And I think that if there is a problem with kids consuming too much candy, it shouldn't be put onto the YouTuber or the social media influencer. It should be to the parents. It really should be to the parents. Like, are you working with your kids to make sure that this doesn't happen? That they don't consume this much candy? And the thing is, I think if you looked at what their social media life was like outside of this controlled study, you would see that there's a lot more influence on that end than the YouTubers that they like or dislike. I don't know. I find the whole thing to be kind of ridiculous, but it just got under my skin reading the article. And I wanted to share it with you to get your guys' thoughts. Do you think that this is a realistic study, or that this is just some more smoke being blown up our asses? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this clip from Whatever. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe. You can even submit your own stories to peskyadblock@gmail.com or call the voicemail line. If you want to help support the channel financially, you can always join the channel, become a member today, or go to patreon.com/MundaneMatt. Thank you guys again so much. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.